This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. It's day number 834 of my daily MTGA video streak. And we are playing a blue-white deck, which probably surprises nobody, but it actually attacks the opponent with cheap creatures, which might surprise most people. This is blue-white Azorius Magecraft. And blue-white Magecraft, why would we play such a deck? Why would we do such a thing? Because the biggest risk to black-white or mono-white Magecraft decks featuring the package of Clever Lumimancer and Leonin Lightscribe is that they will run out of cool stuff to do, that they will run out of sweet cards to play. So, in the color of blue, we have this beautiful thing that the other colors are still figuring out about, unless they're green, which is card draw. Card draw is the secret to getting to play more stuff and having big, awesome, Magecrafty storm-like turns with a card like Show of Confidence that copies itself for each other instant or sorcery you've cast this turn. So in blue, we have 4 ops, and we have 4 copies of One Mind to keep the foot on the gas, and in the sideboard, we have Teachings of the Archaics, which is an awesome lesson to be able to learn in a deck like this because we dump our hand very quickly, so keeping the hand full and keeping the pressure on the opponent is big time. And we also pick up a creature along the way. This is Symmetry Sage. For 1 blue, we get a Flying Magecrafter, and whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, target creature you control has base power 2 until end of turn. So the Sage can target itself, turn itself into a 1-mana 2/2 flyer. That's good. If you cast more spells, the Sage targeting itself multiple times will not make it stronger, but it can spread the wealth around. For example, if you buff the Clever Lumimancer, it adds a +2 to the Lumimancer's power. If you add the ability to a token, it makes the token from 1 power to 2 power. So there are ways to get little extra points out of Symmetry Sage. Targeting your Lightscribe doesn't do anything. Targeting the Clarion Spirit itself doesn't do anything, but you know, here and there, you can point that around. Now, it does have to target a creature you control. Would be too awesome if it didn't. But there's always comments saying, why didn't you target the creature the opponent controls? Because I can't. It's usually the reason I wouldn't make such a play. We do get to be a Lurrus deck. We cut some things like Mavinda the Owl, and we get to cut things like the potential of Brazen Borrower. Those don't make the cut because of Lurrus, and maybe that's worth it, maybe it's not, but I enjoy being a Lurrus deck from time to time. The card is very fun and very sweet. It will rotate, it will be gone, and a lot of people won't miss it, but I, for one, have enjoyed a lot of these companion decks. The rest of the deck, we have Defiant Strike, which draws cards. We have Fight as One, which helps protect our human and non-humans. By the way, we've got a lot of human and non-human splits, so Clever and Symmetry are human, and Spirit and Lightscribe are not human. So if you curve the 1 into the 2, then on turn 3, you can have cards like Fight as One and Of One Mind available at their maximum potential, which is one of the big things that I like about the deck, quite honestly. A Guiding Voice is our access to our learn board. We don't run the Professor of Symblabology. That's the new name, Symblabology. Because it's a 2-mana 2-drop that doesn't hit hard enough, in my opinion. And Guiding Voice does the job just fine. Look at how happy those two are. Why do I feel like I'm watching like an old version of Glee? Anyway, you'll lead me down a freaking rabbit hole. We don't have many lands. We still draw a lot of them. Sajiri, Shelter, and Kabira Takedown are also land equivalents that can double as spells, so that's nice. Very low on blue sources, and this is the part of the deck I don't know how to fix. We didn't get Snarls because Azorius is not a school, which is lame. I would go to that school, 100%. And so I've got 1 Temple of Enlightenment and 4 Hengegate Pathways. I don't really want Fable Passage because we don't often hit 4 lands, but maybe we do enough to run that. But it's weird only have 9 sources of blue and really hoping to hit one in your opener. The one thing I also fall back on is the Environmental Sciences in the sideboard that you can get with the Guiding Voice that can also go get your blue. So kind of, if we count the voice, we have a lot of blue sources, but not if we want to cast Symmetry Sage, so the mana is a bit of a challenge, but that's the way it goes. Today's video is dedicated to Todd Gibson, the newest member of the Cool Kids Club. Check out the join button below for exclusive benefits, and you get to support the channel, and we are going to dedicate a cosmetic in your honor, and that cosmetic will be lurking over here in the store. Yes, Red Cap Melee, the red card that beats red cards. Perfect red card. They should all just be cannibalistic in this nature. Lock it in. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. 99% gamer enters, which means we must win or we will fall down the ranks brutally. We're up against Luris. Hopefully it's not auras. Hopefully it is rogues, which is a weird thing to say, but true. We've got a great curve. Lumamancer, Clarion Spirit. Let's go. Let's rumble. Could also be a mirror, but let's be honest, you don't see this deck too often. Instant Bloodthirst, nice. All right, so Clarion Spirit into Clarion Spirit. Defiant Strike should be fun. How many removal spells you just got sitting around? We cast another one. We attack with one of them. Please flash in the Soaring Thought Thief and block. But that's why we played the first Spirit pre-combat, so that the Defiant Strike does create multiple critters. All right, they say next to damage. Let's make some spirits. Now they play the Thought Thief, but it's too late to block. Take 3. And see if the opponent can stop the bleeding. A Drown in the Lock on a Spirit might be the play. Another Thought Thief to block would be pretty useful, but we do have a takedown. Okay, we're just dropping a Windrobber. Cool. Oh, this battlefield is getting wide. Bang, bang. Let's go. Let's put up the beating. The Windrobber taking one for the team. All right. No crippling fears. I have no fear of crippling fear. It would take a devoted best of one gamer to have crippling fear here. Call is obnoxious, but it's not that bad. Oh my god. Not like this. All right, so if we put one on one of these, the Death Toucher will block it. So just to try to get it through, I guess we'll put it on one of the 1/1s. And we need some cards, so let's grab Teachings. And the opponent is, well, they're so close to dead. Okay, they can block two things. Are they just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think is what they take there. Yeah, I think they're just dead that turn. Just dead. All right, on the play, that's a hand. I mean, look at the Fight is One and the Of One Mind coming together with a creature and a non-creature. Or, I'm sorry, a human and a non-human. We're all creatures. What are you talking about? Temple of Deceit. So do we try to save the Fight is One? Let's see what we draw. Clarion Spirit. I think the opponent will try to kill this if they get the chance. So let's play it and hold back the Light Scribe. Hit the opponent for 0 to establish dominance. And then next turn we can play the Light Scribe and have Fight is One available with our tag team that beats the opponent down. If they don't kill either one, that's fine too. All right, Fabled Passage fetching. It's a swamp. Cling to dust your own land. Okay. So they're going to have some kind of removal this coming turn. We could play the Fight is One and the Of One Mind. I think I want to play the Of One Mind for sure. I'm not sure if I want to also send a Light Scribe, but I guess that's the most damage, and they're not going to sweep the board. They're only going to kill one thing, which means Fight is One or Of One Mind might still be live, and they'll probably kill the Scribe or the Spirit and not the Lumamancer. So let's go like this. Yeah, baby. Popping off. All right, your turn 3 better be a doozy. This might be a kill on turn 4 situation. Okay, well, there's a Nighthawk Scavenger. I can academic probate that, right? Yes, I can. The 2 blue is a bit unfortunate. Anyway. Let's get this rogue gamer. Can't block. Smash. Turn 4. Turn 4. You love to see it. All right, another top 1500 gamer. We're on the play with a sweet hand. Lumimancing. Light scribing. It's the good life. We don't have a protection card, and we don't have of one mind or something to really keep the gas on, but you still have to be pretty happy anytime you have both of your colors and a couple of creatures. Our opponent comes out with Usher the Fallen. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. Let's go for these. That can be quite the punch. Because these can make the base power too, which is kind of like giving them another bonus. Plus this is evasive. Our opponent's probably on a Winota deck, which has really taken over for mono white because in best of 1, its raw power level usually gets it there quicker and better than mono white. So if they're going to go for Winota, we've got to put them under pressure and kill them first. They're also not going to remove much of our stuff, although Bone Crusher Giant is a house. All right, so we can't get another 1-drop here. So let's play this. Let's Guiding Voice this. Target creature you control, that can be you, so that you hit harder. And then from the sideboard, we can grab probably the Probation, just to keep the opponent from either playing Winota or blocking next turn. And here we come. That's 10 damage. 10 damage. I mean, if your next turn is Inkling Summoning, you're gonna die. Or you're gonna chump away your board anyway. Which is like death to Winota. They can't win without creatures on board. They just don't do it. Elite Spellbinder. Okay. They can take the Probation, but the Opt alone is such a threat, because if I find any other spell, I'm popping off. They do take the Probation. So they need this Opt to basically whiff and have a bunch of lands in a row on top of our deck. And even then, I think they're just chumping here. They're thinking about attack. Oh, okay. Okay, then. All right, that's a land. Wait, if we just make the Spellbinder unable to block, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. That's what you get for not blocking, I guess. Math is fun. Calculator can help with the deck. That's another turn 4. Oh my goodness. Turn 4 consistent, that's a good best of 1 deck if you can do it. We've got a battle in the 500s. We've got a good curve, but we're going second. So we need something to go right. Our opponent takes a mulligan. That's a good start. They might be on the Is It Dragons Tempo-y list with Galzeth Prismari and Expressive Iteration. They have a ton of removal if that's the case, so our chances are not good. We can play out all these creatures, but if they just die... Alright, iteration. Looking for another Frostbite for sure. At least they don't have Bone Crusher Giant yet. Maybe next turn. Why do I play Magic? I just... Is it because I like pain? Living life in the shooting gallery, guys. This is part of the experience of playing the deck, so it is what it is. Can't call me a liar. I hate myself. Okay. Run it out there again. Thought about playing this with Fight as one backup. But we're going to need the spirits, and we're a little bit mana screwed here, so we're going to need the spirits when the opponent plays their dragon. Because why wouldn't their card here be the dragon? It has to be. And they have Allrun's Epiphany too, because something's foretold over here. And I don't think it's a Saw It Coming, or they might have played it. Alright, so what now? We can Symmetry Sage. Then we can Of One Mind. And then we still have Fight as one. And we have a blocker for the dragon. We reload a little bit. Okay, they go for the Borrower. So when they play the Allrun's Epiphany, we're going to want to Fight as one our Spirit and our Sage. They gain Indestructible, and they can block the dragon. And at least the Allrun's Epiphany isn't very damaging. So before we set up blocks, and before they get the extra mana, let's see if this resolves. Cool. Brazen Borrower is pretty tilting too, but we gotta take a risk here. It's not getting better. Okay, so they play a giant instead of their Epiphany. And they drew another Epiphany. So we were pretty much dead there, but they decided to set up their giant. So we've got a big offensive coming at us. How do we beat it? We can't get a 1-drop with the Voice. We have to make use of this blue mana that we otherwise can't make use of. So maybe we're supposed to play a light... You know, we could name Allrun's Epiphany with... Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. Are we gonna attack with the Spirit? We can't get it much bigger, and we don't want to trade it. So I guess we go here. And we target here. Allrun's Epiphany. Now they can't play it. Next turn anyway. And we get a nice attack in. And then next turn we have double Show of Confidence. Maybe there's a way we fit another spell in there somewhere. The opponent does send an attack with the Bone Crusher. And they drew a Faceless Haven, and they say go. So we know they have the Allruns. The blue man is getting us here. If we cast 2 Shows of Confidence, can we win? I think so. It's close. It's a lot of damage. Will we die on the backswing? You know, I should actually do this math. So one of these is a +2 and then a +1. They also gain Vigilance. So if we just do it pre-main, that's a big difference too. Okay, So there's 1, and this will be like 2, 3. I could be boosting this up to fight through the Haven. I should have. Instead, I guess we go here. All right, we get a trade out of the borrower. We knock the opponent to 6. Would have been really good if I had boosted the Clarion and they had to block it with the Haven. Here's the first Epiphany. So if they attack with the Giant, we can double block it. Actually, yeah, we double block it like this. We could also throw the Spirit in front of it like this. And then we have these to block the birds. Seems good. We don't have to block it right away, but we believe they have another Epiphany because they did nothing that last turn. And if they have another Epiphany, then we need to be able to survive this onslaught for a little bit longer. Great, they drew another one off the top. That's cool. Great, great, great. You'll love to see it. All right, if this is another Epiphany, they're not casting it this turn. Weird. They find Frostbite, because why wouldn't they? It's only the 3rd one of the game. It's been an interesting game, but their draw has been absolute fire. Like, not close. We have to do this, because they only have this Frostbite until end step. No spells. We ran out of card draw. We ran out of spells. God, that hurts. Attacking here doesn't really do us any good. We need to play you. Is this a Saw It Coming after all this time? Maybe it is. Okay. Easy dragon. Magic is easy. Just draw the card you want, sis. All right, so I'm dead if I don't chump. Right? No, I go to 1? Can I win without this? I can. I can draw a spell. I can also get it back. The 4th Frostbite. Cool. Okay. We're at 4. Playing this won't do it. Playing this can chump block here and we still die. We could bluff, and I guess that's what we do. But it shouldn't work. And I guess this is a Saw It Coming? No, it's a Mystical Dispute. Wow. Okay, well. No bluff is gonna work now. That was a tough game. Alright, on the play with a Lumimancer and a Sage. Let's see how it works out. So we'll play the Sage on 1, so we can have Lumimancer and Opt available on 2. We could also have Fight as 1 available on 2 the other way, but... Alright, mono white. That's what we want to see. A little mono white action. And I'm not going to attack, I'm just going to hold. If the opponent attacks in with the speaker, maybe we ambush. Yeah, they play Daxos. Like, it's really tempting to attack, but they don't. Okay. There's a Spirit. What's more important here, to have the Fight as 1 or the Opt? I guess the Opt is just fine. Any blocks? Remember, the Symmetry Sage sets the base power of the Lumimancer to 2, and then it gets +2/+2 from a spell. So that's why it's a pretty good attack. As demonstrated by this. Another one of you. Okay. As long as we have a spell to trigger the Magecraft each time. Our opponent has the curve. Like, this is your god draw. Let's take that damage. Let's see how much pressure we can put on the opponent this turn. Really wanted another spell there. Didn't get it. But that's okay. It's part of the problem with these decks is sometimes you just don't draw exactly what you need every time. Alright, target human, target non-human. Target yourself. Pump yourself. Sometimes you gotta pump you up because no one else will do it. Drop them to 7. Play another Sage. Draw a spell or fail. Maybe I should have saved this to go with this Spirits. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a good play by me. Got too excited. Alright, let's see if Heliod can bring it all back. It usually can. Just spoiler alert. Once this gets going, I don't think we can win, but we need to draw spells. Our one fight is 1 and 1 opt has not been enough. Trying to kill it won't work. They have the Life's Bounty. A flurry of Defiant Strike, opt of 1 mind. Like, that's what we need. Okay, a fight is 1. So we can try to ambush the opponent. I guess that's our best bet here. We need a creature to die, which we can set up a blocker to die so we can get it back with Lurrus next turn and trigger the Spirits. We want it to be a Symmetry Sage. Very bad news for us. It means that now our fight is 1 isn't actually going to trade for anything good, just for their Life's Bounty and their Selfless Savior. So do we just block here and save the fight as 1? Maybe? Maybe we are supposed to save this to win it where it can do more damage. Forcing the opponent into sacrificing one of these. I guess that... Yeah, this is better as an offensive weapon, I guess. It's just going to get worse, though. I don't know. That's a tough one. Alright, at least they didn't draw anything too dangerous. Takedown doesn't hit anything. So we've got the Lurrus. And we've got some spells. And we can pick at the opponent in the air with an ever-growing army. And that can hopefully keep them from cranking out angels right away. Hold on to your butts. They're doing it again. Nice. Let's start there. Guiding Voice. What can we get? Academic Probation? Can shut this down from attacking for a turn, but what we really want is more damage. Spirituals. So anatomy, I believe, is the right take. We don't have to play it this turn. Reduce still doesn't work because of the protection offered by the Life's Bounty. Let's cast you. Play you. Send the flyers. Yeah, that'll keep our opponent off the angels for a minute. Luris of our... Oh, man. Okay. All right. Cool. The opponent is clinging to the speaker and trying to push it to the moon, but I've got a trick up my sleeve. If the opponent does what they've only done for the last several turns, they attack with speaker, we block with the sage, but... Okay, Bira takedown, my own sage. The opponent deals no damage to the sage. Therefore, they don't gain the life. Our Kybira takedown won't work on the opponent's creatures because of the Life's Bounty and because of the Savior, but it does work on ours. No life gained. You're gonna die in the sky. Yep. Unless you got some other trick up your sleeve. Oh, okay then. Okay, let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm not playing around a Kybira takedown from my opponent. I better get on that right now. Do you like triggers? I like triggers. Triggers are exciting. So we have 10 points over here, but our opponent can still gain life by sacrificing the bounty and the savior, so we need to do a little bit more than 10. Yeah. Nice. Good old flying. All right. Fighting to get back into the top 500. And a hand that we can't really keep on the draw. If we knew we were going to draw an island, this would be great. But that's pretty unlikely. This one only has one creature. It's a Clarion Spirit. On the draw, I don't think you can keep a hand that is like saying 2-drop and hope it lives. So I guess we're hoping to draw more creatures, and that's about all I can do. I'm going to keep the Guiding Voices because they're card advantage, and we're starting out at a disadvantage. Opponent goes with a Scorpion. All right. The drawing a second island there is brutal because I'd be tempted to wait till turn 3 to play a Clarion Spirit and then also cast a Guiding Voice so I have a 1/1, so I have something for the future. But with a second island, I can't do that. Oh no, it's the Hateful Eidolon deck. Well, we can't really beat that without... I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to beat that. A miracle? Like, if you expect your small creatures to live, this deck says screw you. I guess we play this. I know I could try to save it to protect my creature, but that's just not going to happen without more sources. Yeah, this is their mulligan to 5, by the way. So now we have to hope that they just don't have Dead Weight or some of those cards that they like to use. We could also play this, put a counter on it. That doesn't really help us much. We could play 2 creatures. I think we try to play around Deadweight here. We can also hold up Indestructible, but it doesn't save us from the auras, and it doesn't give us a creature, so I guess we do this. and we go get... We don't have any of the cards that make a creature. Teachings doesn't really work. Reduce is pretty medium, but it can take out the Eidolon or the Berserker. So I guess that's what we need to grab. Disciple. Okay, that's not too terrifying. We can discard this island because it's not very useful to us given our hand. Okay, Mogi's Favor goes on the Berserker, but they know about the Reduce to Memory, so they get in a nice hit. That's a good draw. It's a really good draw. It lets us still double spell this turn. We could play another Guiding Voice, or we could get the Lumimancer on the field. The opponent has Mogi's Favor, which they can bring back from the graveyard and put on anything that's a 1-drop. So the right play is probably... We can Guiding Voice the token. The problem with Guiding Voicing the token, we're going to make another token anyway, so the Mogi's Favor is going to work. But we don't want to put out the Lumimancer. We could save Fight as one, but it doesn't actually save the creature. Let's see, if we attack with this and they multi-block, they can kill it. But we could use Fight as one to save it. So maybe we do this first. See if the opponent blocks. I mean, is getting in the attack really good, though? Not great. The opponent's going to turn around and attack us. Well, in that case, let's get this out of the range of the Myers Grasp. Let's get... God, I guess we get Anatomy. Teachings just isn't going to happen here. And let's Reduce to Memory. Do I really have 0 timeouts? Are they not going to give me a chance here? All right, I took that pretty fast. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Sorry, that was a pretty tough turn. I got scared I wouldn't get to cast the Reduce to Memory because I ran out of rope. Now, we can't block the 3/2 with the 4/4 because of the Favor, right? This is Escape 2? Yeah, so they have enough to do it. They attack with everything. They're trying to get this to block. We can't do that unless we're going to block something else. They might have drawn a way to get something back. So we're going to try to get the Eidolon off the field so they don't draw a card there. And we're going to block the Disciple. That sets up a Call of the Death Dweller really well, though. So I guess we block here. So now their call only gets them 1 creature. Or it gets 2 creatures, but at least it's 2 1-drops, is what I mean. You hear me. You hear me. You understand. All right. Let's play you. Let's play you, hold open, fight as 1. But we've got some 1/1s to block this demon. The Scorpion's an interesting take. I know we're close to death, but this is the card draw engine, and they left it in the graveyard. I want them to use the Favor on the Lumimancer now. They don't draw a card because they don't have the Eidolon, and we need the flyers to block. We're both Lurrus decks. Whoever gets their Lurrus going first, if we run out of removal, is really well off. So if I were them, I'd buy Lurrus. If they don't, I probably will. I've had to do too much to keep up on the board to have that opportunity so far. I also wish we had another Reduce to Memory in the sideboard right now for the Lurrus. That Lurrus is just going to take over the game. But the opponent's going with the Favor. Okay. Interesting. It says men at the... Oh, everybody's in. Okay. Well, let's set this up. We can't kill the demon. We don't have enough power and toughness. But we can kill a lot of other things. So here's my human. Here's going to be my non-human. No sticks, so we can block however we want to. Let's put the Indestructibles in front of the Menacing Death Touchy. Let's put you here. One of you goes here. One of you goes here. All right, that lets us play multiple spells this turn. It's very important. Let's get the Lumimancer immune to the favor. Let's go fetch. Can we get Teachings now? It's really close to casting Teachings. But we do want to buy Luris pretty bad, but we're not doing it this turn. Probation. We could just shut that demon down for a turn. That could be huge. Yeah, let's grab Probation. Then let's go with you. We're going to make some more creatures, so that's good. We'll pump the other Clarion Spirit. We'll pump the squad quite a bit. Living on the edge. Elderfang Disciple hits the probation. That's good for them. Mogi's Favor can hit one of the 1/1s, but instead they buy Luris. And are they playing defense now? They are. We draw Fight as 1. That's a lot. Let's go. Let's try to keep their board empty. It's threatening lethal. They have to block. Wait, we don't get a spirit, though. If they survive this attack, I just threw because I didn't save a blocker. But they're going with the... Oh, man. I think I just threw the game. Please block the spirit. I need them to block the spirit. I need them to block the spirit. Oh, no! I'm not getting this. I'm not getting new spirits here. And I'm not killing the demon. That's a throw. I counted Luris as a spell, and that was a big mistake. I thought I was getting spirits because I forgot Luris was companion zone, not hand. Don't do that. Man, do I need to bounce back. This has been tough. No one-drop creature, but I guess we're trying anyway. Let's use the opt to try to hit a different land so we can save the takedown or another creature. Look at this hand of commons and uncommons. That's where we went wrong in life, guys. All these commons and uncommons trying to deal. Well, like the white decks are the matchup we want. So this is good to see. If we have a good shot in a matchup, it's the white one. Okay, that's a lot of land for our 18 land deck to be coughing up. I needed one more. I didn't need two. I like having the takedown, though. That could be key. Nice. That can be great when we find something to go with it. So what do we play this turn? Is there a good way to double spell? We can Defiant Strike and take down the Usher to make a 1/1. We also might draw something off the Defiant Strike. They're probably going to Skyclave Apparition this. So hitting another spirit is perfect. You have to think when they did nothing on turn 2 and they didn't boast. I don't know what they're holding. So it might be a Shijiri Shelter or something like that. There's the Apparition. No attacks. Show of Confidence. Feels like the play. The Indestructible doesn't matter nearly as much against white. They just don't care. They exile stuff. Unless they have their own Kabira takedown. Next turn we have Fight as 1 and even a full priced of 1 mind if we need it. Sky Maul. Okay. It won't save the Usher, though, from some of these. Oh, that's good. That means the Usher lives through a Fight as 1. That dog, man. That little doggo is always there. So what do we set? What do we anticipate that we're going to draw? Double white. Actually, maybe this isn't the play this turn. Maybe we just want the Lurrus. We have another Clarion Spirit in the graveyard, and we need to just get set up, because I think this is going to be a harder game than it looks. So if we get a Lurrus going... No, there isn't another Clarion Spirit. It got exiled. I have to remember these things. And here comes an... Oh, no. But they didn't save it for Lurrus, which is interesting. They went for the Spirit. It's 12 to 18. Their attack still is not great, because we fight back with 3 in the air, and we race them pretty well. Here's Usha. Usha number 2. Do we force them to sack the dog? They might just have a Lurrus of their own, and they did decide to race, which I think we want that. So I don't think we block here. Opt. I would like to opt. I need some good options. That is not one of them. Good bottom. Rip. I guess we definitely want you on the battlefield. You're not that useful in the hand. Let's go, Nightmare Kitty. We could attack with this. If the opponent exiles our Lurrus, we're in huge trouble. And they did play an Apparition knowing we had Lurrus in hand, which implies that they could definitely have another one. So let's stick to this. Double Sky Maul. That's brutal. That is brutal. That shifts the race, but I guess we have a lifelinker that we can give Indestructible to next turn, so maybe we're not out of the race yet. I mean, they are being very aggressive. But they don't have a lifelink source. Did they boast this time? They didn't boast last time. They held up 2 mana. Okay, Giant Killer. That's obnoxious. That can shut down the lifelinker. Lumamancer. That turns on the of 1 mind, and it can block, and we can get it back with Lurrus, potentially. So we play this, we play this. Try to find some sweet cards here. Are you kidding me? I'm strongly considering 16 lands. I'm losing it here. Now, the opponent does have a pretty sweet block with the Selfless Savior here that could lock up lethal. But I don't think they have the guts to do it. There you go. There you go. So we don't want to target the doggo. We want it to be this or this, whichever one. I guess we're going to kill one. Let's make sure, yeah, either one of these is good to kill. No reason not to do the Lumamancer. So if the opponent had only blocked with a Selfless Savior and then sacrificed it so we didn't gain the life, their attack with the Ushers would be lethal. As it is, we get another chance. Opponent saves Giant Killer. We gain the life, go to 10, make the 2/2. We are dead to a third frickin' Sky Maul off the top. So if the opponent uses Giant, if they attack with both and make 2 1/1s, they're pretty safe. We would have to somehow draw away to deal 3 damage. Haven is the draw. That's not bad either. We really needed to keep a Clarion Spirit on board. The opponent having double Sky Maul and double Skyclave Apparition is... I mean, Look at the poker. There's a lot of 3 of a kinds here. Shuffler, of course, is fine. Yeah, you're thinking too hard. You attack with both and you make 2 1/1s. Easy mode. You force me to come up with 3 damage. It could happen, but... all you gotta do is Giant Killer, tap 1 of my flyers, and you're good. The opponent attacks with nothing. Cool. Uh-huh. Trying to think where we should have been able to see a good amount of cards. We have 5 card draw spells. Our 18 land deck decided to draw 8 lands, which is apparently too much. Although that's not unreasonable with the amount of cards we saw. I don't know, man. What did I bottom? I did bottom a land, another land, and a fight is 1. Would another fight is 1 have made the difference? Unclear. Our opponent is very scared. They have given us the time to try to do something with ourselves. Show of confidence. How do we get... So, is this... if they block... Let's see what they tap. Okay. They still have Haven, so they can block here, 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 and here, and take 4. If they do that, do they lose anything? Wait, there's no, they only have 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I think I win. I think I win. Thanks for the time to turn on my Lumimancers. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Yeah, the opponent, I think... I mean, I talked about it. If I were in their seat, I'd like to think I'd be aggressive there. Sitting back just gives the opponent the chance. But I don't know if they know about the Usher of the Fallen's boast ability, because they had 2 mana early in the game and they never used it. And after we got to see all the cards they drew to one point, they never had anything to do with that 2 mana. So boast your Ushers. Be a boastful Usher. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and Magecraft was a tough deck to harness. It had games where you just won on turn 4. I think I had 2 of those that felt really amazing. But it also had a lot of games where they killed 2 creatures, and our deck didn't do anything for a long time. And those are very frustrating games for me that I really don't enjoy playing enough to often put me off decks of this nature. The perfect combination of creature, spell, and in card draw, like prowess decks, I guess you could say. They're, yeah, Magecraft decks. I usually take them out for a spin, but I don't bring them home to mom. They don't last in my collection long because there's too many games where I don't draw creatures or I don't draw spells. I did feel like I drew a lot of land and not a lot of One Mind, which feels like the key card in the deck to me. So if I ran it back, I think I'd have better results than I did today, but that's the nature of one deck a day. Some days you play a deck and it doesn't quite draw its key card often enough. That happens. And I still think the deck has a lot of strength to it. It has a lot of punch. It also... I hate saying budget deck. You guys usually in comments, I let you guys decide what a budget deck is. I mean, everybody starts spamming budget deck anytime I put up a deck that is budget friendly. And I would say that this probably is. The Light Scribe is rare. I mean, what else? Temple, Pathway, Luris. Okay, guys, if that's not budget, I don't know what budget is. So at least it's not going to cost you many wild cards. And when you pop off with a good show of confidence and attack for $1 billion very early in the game, it feels wonderful. And I think its best matchups are the white decks and the Winota decks that are a little bit have trouble with the indestructibility that Fight as One provides, have trouble with just answering cards because they're trying to build their own battlefield. They have trouble with Clarion Spirit cranking out tokens. Like, those are the matchups you want. And if you're getting those often, then maybe some blue-white Magecraft is just what the doctor ordered. Please remember to renew Twitch Prime if you're one of the hundreds who support me that way. It is totally free if you have an Amazon Prime account in your household, and you can check out a video that there's a link to in the description below that tells you how to link the two and support your favorite streamer with Twitch. You don't even have to watch Twitch. You can just drop in on Twitch once every 30 days, hit renew, and it supports the channel. So thank you to everybody who's done that. Reminder to everybody who wanted the reminder, because it's the middle of the month. And if you have Amazon Prime and you have a few minutes of your day to support the channel, just check that out, please. And thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.